Well, if we is live, because this thing bugging. There we go. All right. Good now. Don't mind if fan. My first time actually going live with YouTube. But what's good, everybody? You know what I'm saying? Right now we ain't got too many people um in. So let's see if we could get a couple people in before I start my discussion. Exactly what I'm talking about. So let me first get it off the top of my chest. It's crazy because with everything that's going on now, like literally the NFL a few years ago, these same group of privileged individuals are now saying something different. And it's not because it's something that's in their heart, it's because they really got to make a decision on what side are they on. Okay? When you grow up as a Christian, okay, you have a special connection, and there's certain things that's taught to you as being wrong and right. Now, this may not be factual, but as a kid, child, infant being groomed as a Christian, these things become law. These things become, if you don't do, cons don't have a clue because it's not part of the environment. So I get that. When somebody is trying to wake you up and you deliberately choose not to listen, and I use the word listen because if you was listening, you would know everything that's being said. Nothing to do with taking anything away from any other race. This is not a bunch of black people walking around protesting. We want to be one. We don't want to be equal. We want to be superior. What we're saying is, out of all the people in this country with different backgrounds and beliefs, for some reason, we, for the last 400 plus years, have been trying to become liked in a society that we helped build. Let's talk about the issue, okay? Because it's a smart black lady. I can tell the way she pronounced her words that she actually has book education at the highest degree. But she's mentally blind and don't understand the poison that's coming out her mouth when she makes statements such as George Floyd into a hero. Does she honestly think George Floyd came outside and said, "Hey, um, here's the things bad about me as a black man. Go right ahead and kill." Don't she understand that those cops reacted to a black man? It could have been a lawyer, a doctor, a whatever Miss Black Lady you consider to be an honorable hero worth rioting and protesting over their death. Black Lives Matter means all black people, regardless of what their lifestyle is, all Muslims, all white people, all Chinese people, all Jewish people, all Christians, all Americans should all have the same rights to live. We work, we pay taxes. This is how the police system gets paid. The slogan, if I'm not mistaken, is protect and serve. Protect. Who are you protecting? and serve, who are you serving? My protector, my servant, is not killing my people. I seen a guy post something. I seen a whole bunch of people agree with him. Oh, everything gotta be about black this, black that, black. What is you talking about? What is you talking about? You sound like a person who's mad at the accomplishments of black people and not acknowledging how hard it has been for these black people to get. What you mad about? Martin, Living Color, shows that should have outran your friends, and all you other type of shows that the actual big boy markets. Ain't no reason why Living Color got shut off. There's no reason why Martin got shut off. What is you talking about? You saying Martin is not funny? You think Martin and Kevin Hart and all these black comedians recognized as comedians? You're mad because black people are trying to accomplish things? I really don't get the hate. I get the hate from a certain group of people. What's crazy is what y'all don't realize is this certain group of people don't just hate black people. They just want to get rid of black people first. That's what's like. It's a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is my country," or all this, all that. You're not part of the 1%ers. You're not part of the people who's making decisions. You think you are, but you're not. At the end of the day, when everything's said and done, you gonna be on the other side because you don't belong on a team. Black lives matter. All lives matter. I salute my flag. When somebody say Black lives matter, they not saying anything other than I'm a black person and I matter. They not saying Black lives matter and your life is irrelevant. So when you take the term Black lives matter and then say, oh yeah, but all lives matter, you're not understanding the situation. You're not getting the picture. You're still trying to defend a belief that's rooted in this country based off hatred, and you don't get it. You don't get it. What's crazy is you can't deny the facts. See, right now, that group of people that I'm telling you about, that I'm not going to sit here and put names on them. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mention groups like Build-A-Bird and Bone and Skulls. I'm not going to do stuff like that. Because that's not what this is about. This is that black people in this country have been treated like animals, have been murdered, have been raped, has been, yo, y'all don't, for anybody in this country that's not black, y'all have no clue. I feel sorry for those mixed families because you really still don't know. You got an idea, but somebody in that family gonna get a reality taste. And hopefully when they come back and tell you your story, you'll finally understand what it means to be black. I always tell people, don't get confused by what you see and hear on TV because everything is planned. I don't get mad at the black sister who goes on TV and support Trump and discredit George Floyd and pretty much say he don't deserve righteousness. He don't deserve to be due process. He don't deserve life. I'm not gonna be mad at you for your ignorance because you still have time to recognize you are on the wrong side of history. For anybody out there that don't know how much black people done did for this country, just read your history books, which are not even all the way true, but they can't hide certain facts. Go look at your wars. Before we was America in 1776, who you think fought with you people? It was black people and some Indians. Know your facts. No, this isn't about black and white. This is about poor and privileged. And it just so happened that majority of black people fall under the poor, and it just so happened majority of the privileged people are Caucasian. All that's saying to you, America, is that in order for there to be true change, it's not going to be from no riot. It's not going to be from no protest. It's going to be from you young, white Americans who truly have love in your heart, whether it's because you're a Christian or not. Let me say this right now. I'm going to call you out right now. I ain't got too many viewers, but I'm posting this on everything. I'm going to call you out right now. If you are a white American and you call yourself a Christian, right? You messing with the wrong one. You call yourself a Christian, right? That means your lifestyle, your walk is all based off the teaching of Jesus Christ. So let me make this real clear. If you're, because a lot of you don't, because a lot of you are ignorant. Well, just listen. We are taught things at a young age. We're going to grow up assuming they're true. A lot of people still believe Christopher Columbus founded America. That's not true. Look up Lafayette. But back to the real story. Time and time again, we in defense mode. Time and time again, we gotta make you realize something. When that time is over, young white America, you call yourself a Christian, meaning you follow in the footsteps of Christ. So if you're wondering if you're a Christian or not, if in your Bible they use the word Jesus, if your preacher, pastor, elder, pope, whoever leads your congregation talks about Jesus, whether they talk about him as being the Son of God, I'm going live, thank you. Whether they talking about him as being God, they're teaching you the walk of Jesus as he was on earth. Anybody that knows Jesus, when the Pharisees and those religious leaders condemned prostitutes, okay? Like prostitutes were considered the low of the low, okay? In some communities, they still are. Jesus communicated with this lady. You Christians know your scriptures. You know about Jesus and the prostitute. He ain't do nothing crazy. He allowed her to be humane. He didn't discriminate her. He didn't treat her any less than he would wanted her to treat him. Everybody that was in that crowd, all those religious leaders looked at Jesus like he was crazy. But y'all call yourselves Christians. Y'all call yourselves Christians, but yet y'all find a reason to hate on somebody else because they ain't Christian. In this case, we're talking about black people who, if you really want to keep it 100, in America, most black people I know are Christians. So white Christians, you need to be out there fighting for your black Christians. White people, you need to be out there fighting for your black people. Let me explain something to y'all, and maybe this will make this real clear to y'all. When they come in, when this war against America, white people, white America, please close my door before you get yourself in trouble. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Close my door. Close my door. 4 kids, y'all. 4 kids. 4 kids. Back to my point, white people. We need y'all to lead this change. When war come to this country, white America, black people is going to be fighting with you. Black people is going to lay their lives down with you. This is our home. We don't want to be in this country by ourselves. That's not our mindset. We're not trying to get back at any race for our 400 years of trying to become equal. We just want equality. We just want a chance to not be looked at based off your perception of us because of our skin. One of my friends said something to me today. She happens to be a white mother with black kids and a set of black. I don't know if she got 3 or 2. I think she got 3. But I know they mix. I know one of her baby daddies is black, and I know one of her baby fathers is Spanish. And she was at one of her son's football game, and she just stayed seated when they did the Pledge of Allegiance. And this was all based in Kaepernick. And she was like, everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. And I said to her, I said, you don't even know the visual. What, like, as she told me that, I seen it. And I'm like, the power of a white lady taking a stance for Black Lives Matter. That's crazy. And that's a thing, this is bigger than what people think. And again, you are either on the right side of this or the wrong side of this. You know what I'm saying? You either believe that black people have been treated unjust and still is, or you don't. If you believe black people are not treated unjust, that's your belief. I will have to say to you, you might want to just step outside your bubble and just look at some stuff from other perspectives. Not saying you're wrong, but what I am saying is maybe you're not seeing the big picture. Maybe your tunnel vision and everything in front of you is perfect. Maybe all your black friends and all the black people in your circle look like they live good lives. Maybe your community don't see police officers at all. The reality of it is That's not the average black person's life. And if you was to look at it from the outside and see it from a black person's perspective, if you could switch your situation with a black person, like for you Caucasian mothers, imagine sending your son out to go get something from the store, right? And he gets pulled over. You know your car insurance because you pay the insurance. You know he got his license because you took him to take the test. He used your car and passed the test. You had to sit there away from him so you could take him back home because he couldn't drive the car there by himself. So you know when your child left your house, I'm talking to the white mothers, the white American, the great change. Your son goes out there to go do what you asked him to do, and he don't make it home. Come make it home because not only was he murdered, he was murdered by himself in his car by police officers. Not one scared cop who could sit there and say him and your son got into an altercation, but 3 and 4 cops. You get the call from a friend in your neighborhood. Hey, Karen, is your son in the house? And your heart start beating, Karen. Why the hell is you calling me, asking me if my son in the house when I know he not in the house? What's going on? Karen, I'm sorry to tell you this, but the police just shot your son dead in his car. You don't even care the reasons now. What? Karen is saying, what just happened? Did you just call me and say the police killed my son? Now, Karen, imagine you hearing a story like that happening over and over and over again. And the common denominator to all these stories is cops killing men who look just like your son. Then Karen start putting all these pieces together in her head like, hold up. Is there a genocide out for people who look like my son? Meaning my other sons could be targeted? My uncles? My nephews? Imagine the thought process going through Karen's head. Now imagine Karen thinking like that for 400 years, which is physically impossible, which means generation after generation after generations of Karens took a fear, and it only got worse and worse and worse. And eventually Karen had to create defense mechanisms like all animals to survive in a system designed to keep you from getting anywhere. You still don't get it. Yes, all lives matter. Yes. Every human being on this earth. I didn't say every human being in America. See, what y'all gotta understand. Division was created by men. I fear God and only God. With that being said, I find it very hard to support any religion. Oh yeah, that's that line too. I gotta get that. I find it very hard to support any religion, and my reason for that is religion. My top ran away. You don't want to close. That's right. Religion creates division. Let me explain that. Religion creates division. All these big country world leaders create division. Muslims fighting Christians, division. Where's the peace? Where's the understanding? We need to listen. Somebody used to tell me, God gave you 2 ears, 1 mouth. So that means for every time you talk, you need to listen twice. So you need to listen. Listen again, then say something. So make sure you know what the fuck you're talking about. That's important. A lot of people see stuff and they just start emotions get away. I'm one of them people. I get emotional. I'm ready to go crazy. I went crazy today at the wrong person. He reposted something and I thought it was him. It was somebody else. He was on my side, but I was emotional based off the post. I didn't even really pay attention to what the post was saying. After you listen, you learn something. You learn. It's like I'm not listening with one ear open and one ear closed. I'm listening to get knowledge. Hopefully accurate knowledge. Once you learn, we gotta lead. White America, you gotta lead. And the reason why you leading is because of the last and most important element of them all. Love. Agape, love. Real love. Love for your fellow human. Love for your fellow brother. Love for your fellow sister. Let me explain to you what that love is. Okay? Me, white guy, Chinese guy, Jewish guy, Muslim guy, we out playing football. And we are talking crazy shit. And from the person who, the outside in, might hear the conversation, like, these 5 racist bastards is just racist, not knowing that we are close friends and we only go do that amongst ourselves because we know there's true love. And I bring this up because if something was to happen on that field, everybody on that team, and I want y'all to understand this, so if y'all want to get a better understanding, let's take a football team, and on that football team, there's different races, different cultures. Say for some reason terrorists was attack a football stadium, I guarantee you that football team, they're going to die for each other. Just like the army. I shouldn't even went there, but I was trying to make you understand that this is a world, but let's use the army. Okay? When we go to war, it's not just white people, it's not just black people. It's a mixed race of Americans. Key Americans. This mixed race of Americans will die for each other, for a belief that they're fighting for a country where there's true freedom, for you to voice your opinion, for you to wear what color you want to wear, for you to be different. This is the country for that. Now you may disagree with it, you may agree with it, but this is that country. There's only one group of people who should have an issue with what any other group of people do in this country. I mean, Native Americans, because this country was stolen from their people. Now that's facts. So for all you crazy, and I spell crazy KKKRAZY. So for all you crazy people who really think this is your country because you stole it, you didn't win the country by yourself. You won it with different cultures, different colors of people. I mean, even the group of pilgrims that left Europe. Okay? I mean, y'all gotta get your facts straight. Even the group of the pilgrims who left and came to this country, do you even know why they left? Because they all had individual spiritual religious beliefs. What y'all gotta understand is in Rome, it came a time where if you didn't agree with high authority, you were killed. Like, I love my country. I love this country. We got it so good that it's not even funny. I'm talking about as people, as Americans. We got it great. Compared to what other countries are going through. The stuff that some of these countries got going on is crazy. We gotta lead by example. While y'all out there sitting here amused at the stupidest things in the world, and now I'm talking to black people. White America, thank you for at least listening a little bit. Now I'm about to direct my attention to you black people. If not, it ever been a time like this, everything we do now, which again it always has been, but everything we do now is a pure representation of us as a culture. Think about that for a minute. Think about what I just said for a minute. I seen an old black man, old cop, get murdered. I'm just as angry as if it was George. Because this ain't about police versus black people. This is about respecting human life. This is about you do not have the right to be God. Mom Dukes used to have a saying, I brought you into this world, I can take you out. No, the fuck you can't. Because you did not bring me into this world. I was brought into this world through the grace of God. Your body was just a vessel used for me to come into existence. But it was God that allowed. It was God that gave me it was God that did. You get what I'm saying? Y'all like the little pauses? And again, YouTube, listen, I'm not a live person. I like to do shows, edit up. But you know what? Why not? You know, I said, why not? Let's go live. You know, I got more viewers probably on YouTube anyway. So let's go live before I go to sleep and let y'all know where I stand at. So I'm going to end it with this note. I'm actually surprised I'm under an hour, which is a good thing because I normally can talk for 2 hours. See, I used to do public speaking. I used to be I didn't want to say used to. I am a Jehovah Witness at heart. And I say that because I'm not one to promote religions. And the reason why I'm not one to promote religions, because there's fault in every last single one of them. There's somebody with an agenda, and they're going to do everything in their power to make that agenda come to tuition. If that's the right word I'm using, probably not. My pronunciations are terrible. If you watch the show just to laugh at the words that I try to pronounce, don't stop. So, me personally, I find it hard to support any religious group. Now, with that being said, I done studied all forms of religion. I actually went to school and took up a couple of classes. I think it's theology. I could be off on. Like I said, I'm a little tipsy, but I took a class, certified and everything, and I took the class mainly because the contradiction between so many different religions, and I wanted to know, like, really, what the hell what's the real? All my life I've been taught this. I sit down and I hear the teacher speak his mind, and at the end of the day, they all saying the same stuff. They might twerk something here, but whatever they twerk it to benefit their agenda, to benefit their message, what distinguished them from the other church. And truth be told, it's getting retarded. Like, where I'm from, there's a package store, a bodega, and a church on every block. Now take that in for a minute. There's a package store, a bodega, and a church on every block. That's because churches in my community became little small businesses. Churches in my community ain't for the community. Churches in my community ain't for building the community. Churches in my communities to take people out their communities and create their own little communities for one day out the week, and then they disappear into their communities and go back about pretty much their basic life. Pretty much what a lot of people do in America, who think they know something but they don't know, because they get a piece of it, but they really don't live through it. So you don't really see everything that comes along with it. So you think you could say something, but you really shouldn't, because you don't know the whole story. So me, I'm not religion. We could talk about God all day, because he exists. Any fool who thinks there's not a God, you a dummy. We don't even need to have a debate. What's the point? You don't think Jehovah, Yahweh, the God that Moses worshiped, the God that Abraham worshiped, if you don't believe that guy existed, now you ain't gotta believe in Jesus. I'm not about to say that. You do not have to be a Christian. But you ain't gonna deny the presence of the Almighty. You cannot deny the presence of the Creator. Listen, y'all, I'm looking at my surveillance camera, and I'm seeing stuff in my camera that looks like we about to get hit with something serious. So I'm about to get off, because I don't really like these type of storms. Somebody gonna make sure I got everything where it need to be at: candles, flashlights, gun, extra bullets, uh, anything where it need to be at, just in case some shit pop off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in it like this. America, stay woke. Understand that this is not a black and white thing. This is about a humane thing. This is about an American thing. This is about taking this opportunity and truly making change. My daughter bought a bus in here, so I'm about to go ahead and leave. And again, thanks for stopping through. Leave a message. Go on the page and watch some of the actual videos that we have. Okay, give me 1 second. And other than that, have a great day. Peace. Hold on, mama. Let me end this. It's coming in the window.